Franz, we need a better transmission. More armor, you say? Nein, better transmission. Bigger Kanon, you say? Gottverdammt, Hans. Oh, Schlachtschiff, Kanon. Ja, Hans, ja.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the new episode of Heartsfire 4. This one is a tutorial on the tank designer. A very requested video, and I have been delaying it for a very long time, but I finally got an inspiration, so let's get into it. So, what is a tank? A tank is an armored vehicle meant to make breakthroughs, scouting, and support of infantry. This comes in the light tank, which is useful for scouting, medium tanks which are good for outflanking, and heavy tanks meant for breakthroughs. Now, how do you make a tank? Before we get to the tank designer, let's see exactly what do we need to start using the designer. So basically, as our host is Czechoslovakia, we have researched all up to 1936 light tank. This is the chassis, not the tank. You need a few things before you can actually start designing a tank. So first of all, you need the chassis, like for the computer experts, this is the motherboard, for example. Then you need an engine that is gonna help you move the tank around. The chassis is holding like the extra space for all the modules you want to put for the engine. For the armor, you also need armor. As far as I'm aware, tanks are meant to be armored vehicles, not unarmored. Paper tanks do exist, but they're not very effective. After that, you need some sort of weapon. You can have weapons on the tank. They're mandatory, otherwise, what is this? You're not needed to have modules, extra like special features for the tank, but you do need a weapon, an engine, and some sort of armor to put on the chassis. The very first weapon you can find here on the basic infantry weapon, it's gonna be the heavy machine gun. It also unlocks heavy machine gun extra module, additional machine guns module, and basically you need only that if you want to create your very basic tank. Like you research interwar tank chassis, you get, let me show you, actually in the production tab, build armored vehicles, you unlock interwar heavy tank chassis, medium tank chassis, light tank chassis from the interwar period. These are basically slightly better World War I tanks, which serve the purpose to introduce you to tank warfare and how to design a tank. So now that we have all the basics, I'm gonna show you how the tank designer looks like. So you open here, you click, it's very similar. You click this ruler and wrench. It's very similar to the ship designer, but I'm not gonna make a tutorial on this because I don't understand ships. But tanks I do understand. So this is the tank designer screen. On the right side you have the stats, base stats, like speed, reliability, supply use. Welcome to No Step Back, everyone. Logistics boogaloo or whatever. Then you have the combat stats, like soft attack. This is similar to how the infantry templates work. Soft attack, hard attack, piercing, hardness. You have the armor, the breakthrough, defense, anti-air attack. Then you have the miscellaneous stats, like fuel, capacity and usage, suppression, like you can make tanks for suppression of resistance if you want. Reconnaissance, very useful. Entrenchment, if you want to make like the Sherman bulldozer tanks, you can have an entrenchment tool for this. So now that we have the basics, we can click this button, Auto Design, and it's gonna make the most generic tank possible that the AI can figure out with the tools you have already researched. Okay then. So here you can see, if you point to the module, it shows you that increases soft attack, hard attack, and everything else. All the stats that it changes are here. So everything you have researched is here. The more so how do you research guns, for example? As I showed you, the most basic one is from the basic infantry weapon, but the juice, the meat, the heavy hitters are right here in the artillery branch. It's not the same like in the ship designer, where you have to individually research each module. Like, look at how many modules and bonuses and stuff. How much stuff is here. This is why I don't make a good navy, because there's just so much stuff to research and you don't have time to make an actual navy. You need so much research here. But thank God Paradox decided to make them attached to the actual artillery researches. So for example, you research interwar artillery. What does that give you? Improved small cannon, and it shows you the stats. Close support gun, and it shows you the stats. Very useful actually for the single player games. One thing that you might have noticed on the tank designer is that you have engine upgrade right here, like it was before, armor upgrade like in before No Step Back, but you don't have like gun upgrades. How do you upgrade the gun stats, like bonus damage and stuff like that, bonus piercing, bonus penetration, stuff like that? The anti-tank upgrades are what you need here. So you need to constantly research anti-tank upgrades. Like you can see here, it affects support anti-tank, anti-tank hard attack, and also on the bottom, light tank destroyer hard attack, piercing for medium tanks, for heavy tanks, for super heavy, for moderate tanks. So to increase the piercing and damage of the tank, you need to research the technologies themselves, which is kinda a bummer, but it's still interesting design choice. To increase the speed and the armor, you need to research these things: basic engine, improved engine, and look at what it says: enables engine upgrade values of 10 and above. For armor, you can upgrade of 10 and above after this upgrade. So it might not be cost effective, but this is your job to figure out what is cost effective or not. But it allows you to look at this. I don't have any upgrades for the armor and armored engine, but it allows you only to 4. If you research more technologies, you're going to be able to go to up to 8, 10, 12, and so on and so on. So it seems I was mistaken that you do need to research an engine. But I suppose... oh, actually I can show you. We can both see it. Okay. This unlocks nothing, this unlocks nothing. I'm pretty sure one of the technologies unlocked more engine types. This is the suspension, this is the armor, and this is the engine. I'm pretty sure there were a few more types of engine, maybe in the Rocket 3, but I am pretty sure they give you a lot of reliability. Speaking of reliability, once you open the tank designer, you can see the reliability of the tank. And it says here minus 15.5 because of the modules. Each module, each armor upgrade, engine upgrade, it reduces your reliability. What is reliability? Let's read. The lower the value, the more likely the equipment is of suffering random failure, accidents, or exploding in a fiery ball of death when lightly bumped. Reliability has no effect above 100%. So let's just say you're in a battle and you start to suffer attrition. The higher the reliability, the less chance you have, or no chance you have, to suffer critical damage due to engagements, like just being in the battle, not taking damage, just being existing. There is a percentage of how much chance there is to explode out of nowhere, like just driving or just shifting gears or suffering critical breakdown. The higher the reliability, the better. But there is and let's just say if you want to design your tank to be very very good, like let's put, what can we put actually, something very good, this, make the 3-man turret, put some radio, we already had a radio, but let's put some turrets, heavy machine guns, special modules, extra ammunition, smoke launchers, yeah, why not. And then let's put something that causes a lot of reliability loss. Cast armor, yes. Interroad, this removes reliability, yes. So now we have this super complicated, complex, very hard to build because this is a light tank and it costs 15. This is almost as expensive to build as a medium tank, but it's not even close to a medium tank on stats. And also reliability just 25%. You have 75% chance to blow up just because you're moving. The way you choose the modules, it's your responsibility. Like, look at this, diesel engine, reliability plus 25%. So choosing the engine, choosing the suspension, choosing the engine, the armor, and also upgrading those modules, everything costs reliability. This is your currency for the, not only the experience, but also the reliability is your currency for the tank. You want to balance, well, the cost, no, because you can always gain more, but you cannot like squeeze in from upgrades or something extra reliability. The two things that help with reliability outside of the designer are the actual tank designers here. Like we have Skoda here, it gives armored hard attack, this is not useful, max speed reliability. Okay, the CKD gives 10% reliability. So for example, if we choose it, let's make some changes to, there we go. Now this, you have it, it's gonna increase reliability by 10%, but I think it doesn't show here, only in the division when you design the tank. Let's see if it shows up. Reliability, no, not yet, because I guess it doesn't show up, but you can see it here. It says armored technology reliability. This applies to tanks, armored cars, as far as I know, and perhaps the mechanized. I guess the mechanized as well, but we don't have it researched to check. You can check for yourself. This is a tank tutorial, not a mechanized tutorial. So the second thing that improves reliability for tanks is the support company called maintenance company. But reliability bonus, there we go. But it applies to divisions, not for just a tank, but it's very useful. For example, if you have a heavy tank, because it also has this recovery rate, no, not recovery, where is it? Equipment capture ratio. So for example, if you lose tanks but the enemy has the same type of tank, heavy tank for example, that you use in your division, if you capture it while in battle, this is huge because heavy tanks are very expensive to produce, so you're gonna be saving yourself, so you're gonna be supplementing your casualties very nicely because it takes a lot of time and resources to actually produce a heavy tank. So not only you have reliability bonus the further you upgrade the maintenance company, you also can replace your tank division, the losses, by capturing enemy equipment. So that's nice. This is the second way how to increase reliability not only for your tank but for your division. Okay, so I'm gonna finish this with a quick showcase of what each slot here gives you. So as I showed here, this is the suspension. Bogie suspension is the most basic. It doesn't have bonuses, it doesn't have drawbacks, so you can choose it, I guess, for something cheap that doesn't have drawbacks. Greased suspension is something that I use mostly because it just increases speed and the production cost is just like 1. One is nothing. Interwar road wheel suspension, this gives you more breakthrough, which is important for tanks, but reliability is reduced. I guess this is also useful. And production +1, this is nothing, so I guess it's just a matter of choice. Do you want more speed or you want more breakthrough? Torsion bar, this is also good, it gives reliability, so if you want again to have more reliability but you want to focus on other expensive stuff that siphon your reliability, I guess torsion bar is good. It costs 1 more, but 1 is nothing. 1 is nothing if you can get a little bit more reliability for your tank. Next up is armor. The more upgrades you make, the better armor types are gonna be unlocked. I think it says it here somewhere. Wielded armor, yes. Armor skirts, this is a module. This doesn't give anything else. Yeah, okay. Good to know. So, cast armor, it gives you tremendous bonus to armor, to defense, to breakthrough, but the final cost, it increases it by 20%, so that's it can make it very expensive, but if you can afford it, why not? 50% more armor. Riveted armor, this is, I think, the most basic. I think the Soviets used it on their early T-34s until they realized that when the armor is hit, the rivets can actually fly off the armor and cause more damage. So it's cheap, but it's dangerous. Next up is the engine. I very much like the diesel engine because it gives 25% reliability. Fuel usage is increased, but 25% reliability, that is golden. Gasoline engine. I think this is what the Shermans used. Max speed is increased by just a little bit, plus also 15% more, so this is good for speed as well. Fuel usage, 2 points as well, like the diesel engine, and this monstrosity, minus 50% reliability. This is you better have good support for your tank because reliability is gonna be shit, but it gives you 2 defense, 2 breakthrough, and it multiplies the end product by 15%, so I guess it's very good. But look at this production cost, 2 points, but also the end product is multiplied by 15, so it can make it really expensive. Here, the more artillery technologies you research, the technologies are gonna be gathered together in folders, so you need to click into the folders to open, for example, anti-aircraft guns, automatic cannons, heavy machine guns, the high velocity, the more piercing cannons, and there's gonna be self-propelled guns and howitzers, stuff like that. So this slot is for your guns, your gun, the main cannon. Here you have turrets. You can make it light fixed superstructure. This reduces breakthrough. This is, for example, on the Marder tank destroyer. It cannot move the turret, it's fixed, so it fires only forward in a small arc, depending on the the ability of the gun to traverse horizontally. Otherwise you have to use the engine, but this is represented in the game by reducing your breakthrough. Breakthrough, real quick, for those who don't know, is the most important stat of any tank. It's like how much defense you have while attacking, how much well you can block off enemy shots and attacks facing the enemy while attacking. It's like the defense, where is it? Defense, but while attacking, if that makes sense to you. Then you have the turrets, the actual turrets that can rotate. The one-man turret is the basic one. It's very cheap. It has the least breakthrough. The higher you go, 2-man, 3-man turret, it starts to have more breakthrough, but it starts to also have less other bonuses, and also increases the production cost. But I think 3-man turret is like a must. A 0.2 kilometers per hour is like nothing. You have many ways to boost the speed, but 14 breakthrough, that's very good. Next up is, I think it starts with the special features modules. So these 4 slots are for bonus equipment. For example, radio is a must. By the way, how do you research radio? Because there are different levels of radio. You need basic radio from here. I don't know how the Czechs have it from here, but I guess they know their stuff. Then you need Decimetric radar. This gives you, I believe, level 2. Yeah, like it's a massive boost from level 1. Level 1 is just 25, 15. It gives so much breakthrough, look at this, and defense. So it gives you overall defense while attacking and defending. Then somewhere down the line there was a level 3 improved. No, this is for the Navy. Ah, there we go. 65, 45. The bonuses go crazy. Like the stats are gonna be off the roof. Advanced radio. Do we have something like Cold War radio? No, we don't. It's 1942. I guess in Road 56 they probably modded this, but yeah. Radio is very important. If you don't have radio, you're gonna be like the Soviets and attack without coordination and lose countless tanks in the process. Like breakthrough, if nothing else, is amazing for tanks. Next up, you can put secondary turrets. This is like on the T-28 and the independent British tank. I don't remember what was the designation, but yeah, you can have secondary turret. The M3 Lee had like a small turret on top. I think this is, no, not this one, additional machine gun. I think this is, yeah, this is it, heavy machine gun on top, but it's actually a small cannon. But I don't remember Grant. I think it was Grant, the tank, that had a small cannon and on top you had a machine gun. Hilarious, yes. Strange times. So yeah, these are the secondary turrets, and then you have the special modules like heavy machine gun turret on top. Like you need a man outside of the tank to shoot it. You have seen it on Soviet tanks, German tanks. Like, it's very useful. Sloped armor. This gives you a lot of armor. Its production cost is increased by 1% in the end, with ammo storage, smoke launchers, and all kinds of modules. You can find them on these 4 slots. You can put them here, but they increase the production a lot. And they also cause you to lose reliability. So, I hope this was useful. The last few things I'm gonna show you. Here you can choose the 3D model, as I said. Here you can choose the graphic that you see on the production line. It's a cool feature. Here you can choose the name, very basic. This is the save as, so you make a copy of this if you don't want to change your already existing tank. Then right here you can choose the designation. Is it a light tank? Is it a tank destroyer? Is it an anti-aircraft cannon? Is it a self-propelled howitzer? You can choose it here. Keep in mind that right here it shows you, if you make this a tank destroyer, it loses a lot of breakthrough. Suppression is like not, you don't put tank destroyers to suppress resistance, but you lose a lot of breakthrough. But I think, no, it doesn't actually increase. Hold on. High velocity cannon, okay. So let's make it a tank again, and then a tank destroyer. No, it doesn't do anything else. I guess it just... Well, I'm not a divisions expert, but I guess... Yeah, not sure actually, not sure, but yeah, when you research the artillery upgrades for this, like to have, where was it actually? Small cannon, no, where was it? Medium howitzer, ah, there we go. So when you research medium howitzer, you can make it a self-propelled gun. It doesn't show because you have not researched it yet. And that is basically it. This is how you design a tank. Gun, turret, and special models. Suspension, armor, engine. Then you have the bonuses for the armor and for the engine here. You have the graphics here. And by researching anti-tank guns, it increases the piercing and damage of the tank to armored vehicles. So there you have it. Now you know how to design tank, how to balance the reliability and production, and what helps you with reliability outside of the tank. Again, it's the tank designer right here, you can choose, and also the support company, maintenance company, there we go. With each level it increases the reliability and also helps you to recover enemy tanks that have suffered critical damage and you have repaired, to use them in your ranks. There we go. Thank you for watching, like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the comment section. Ciao ciao!